A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My name is Naman Ahmed, and in today's presentation, we are going to discuss the role of AIMS, Artificial Intelligence Management System, in responsible AI for AI operations. So, as is era of artificial intelligence, AI, so every organization is trying to infuse AI into its business processes. So, ultimate objective is to achieve their business goals and to cut the cost because it's all about people, processes, and technology. So AI is a technology. And in this video, as we are discussing, that aims can help to ensure responsible AI. So first we need to understand why we why the organization needs to care about having a responsible AI. So there is a management framework or basically management system that is called AIMS, Artificial Intelligence Management System, that is also known as ISO 42001. So this standard ISO 42001 help the organizations to ensure they are using AI in a responsible fashion. Uh, so So when you will be starting the implementation of AI in an organization, so at first place, AIMS help to basically establish a structured governance framework because AIMS help you to understand the context of business, to underline what are the business requirements, and then you will be starting risk assessment, and ultimately you will be establishing a mechanism of accountability in your organization. So again, either it is about information security management system or service management system or AI management system, the underlying concepts are same. Organization need governance and they needs to take care of risk, and they needs to make sure they are complying with their regulatory requirements. So all these requirements are fulfilled by aims. Also, when when you will be starting implementation of AI, and you will be following or you will be complying with aims. So you will be developing policies, you will be onboarding the stakeholders, you will be engaging with the stakeholders, interested parties. You will be making sure the senior management is involved into that processes, so that senior management is basically helping you, and it is providing resources, and it is actively engaged. It is senior management shows or demonstrates that their leadership to establish accountability and transparency in an organization. Well, so now what are, and these are basically the outcomes we are expecting from um, while implementation of aims. So first is model robustness. So model robustness is all about basically you how you can make sure that your model, your machine learning model, your AI model, um, wherever it is deployed, either it will be on AWS or you can be using some sort of Kubernetes cluster to deploy that. But you need to make sure the entire process is transparent. Whatever data sources you are using, for example, if your solution is deployed in some sort of um, US region, and your solution is basically processing the information of patients, then that is called patient health information. Then you need to make sure that that particular data is either it is encrypted or anonymized. So while implementing aims, it will give you confidence so that you can show the entire process to your stakeholders that yes, we are doing this, yes, we are dealing with this information, this type of data, but we are doing it in a responsible manner. Also, there is a clause related to performance evaluation in section 9 of aims that helps you to set reliability benchmarks. There will be management reviews going on, there will be KPIs to be established, and all this process will help the organization to achieve a stage where they are using AI in a responsible manner. Also, Now, so risk management and security, it's also a very critical part of artificial intelligence management system, or ISO 42001. There is a dedicated section. It is discussed in section 6 and also in section 8. So there are two aspects. First is impact assessment and then risk assessment, because we are talking about responsible AI, and why organization needs to consider, or why the organization needs to make sure they are using or dealing AI with in a responsible manner. It is because if, for example, there is some sort of AI solution that is left just unchecked, and if it is processing some critical information, or basically information or data of critical infrastructure of some sort of any or some country, then it can lead to national security issue or some sort of threat to national sovereignty. So that's why it is really important to consider or to have a mechanism of risk management, effective impact assessment. And also, in case of aims, first we have to perform impact assessment, and based on that impact assessment, the results of the impact assessment needs to be act as input for risk management. So it's an explicit requirement that there should be a risk management process needs to be established, that is discussed in clauses, as well as there is a dedicated section of controls for risk management as well. So the entire flow and the entire objective is to help in auditing and compliance, and to be able to detect the threat, and also continual model monitoring. Now next, this is ethical AI in IT operation. It is really important, because it's important to make sure the use of AI lies in ethical boundaries. Organization needs to understand the data flow. They should be really transparent. They should know that how they are dealing with data of or of their customers, or how they are dealing with personal information. So in AIMS, there is a particular section, section 7, in controls and actually controls. There are controls specifically related to data. So that basically provides you guidance that if you are using data of customers, you have to make sure that your AI model should not be giving biased results. And that biasness will come from the data you are feeding to your AI model. So also, it also tells about data subject rights. You need to, like, the data subjects. For example, my name is Nauman Ahmed and I am the data subject. And if some AI solution is processing my data, I should be given right to any that I can access my data. If I want to my data to get deleted, I should have that right as well. Now, interoperability and standardization. Once in an organization, AI policy is there, senior management is involved, risk management is being performed, KPIs are set. Also, impact assessment is being conducted. Stakeholders are well informed. Also, the acceptable use of AI is defined. It helps your organization or your AI landscape to grow and scale in a standardized manner. Now, on top of that, you can build AI solution. You can deploy AI solution in multi-cloud environment, and also it helps. Yeah, the standard once if you in if in your organization AIMS is implemented, it also support that you can integrate other standards. For example, ISO 42000, ISO 27001 or ISO 20000 as well. Now, these are some results. So at the end of the day, we are all talking about how to optimize the performance. It's all about how the implementation of AI helps the organization to optimize the performance. So these are some stats that shows that while if some organization is compliant with ISO 42001, or it is basically using AIMS, then they can improve their performance of their AI solution. It helps to basically It's basically sort of comparison of AI model performance. So mm, at the last step, so there is really important slide. So it's about once data quality is ensured, you know from where the data comes. It's transparent. You know the data quality. Now you can say now you're sure and you can verify the model performance and its robustness because the data that is being fed to AI is top notch or it's accurate, it is unbiased. So that's how you can see that if AI solution is providing some sort of recommendation, that is it is reliable. It is you can trust that. So that's how it helps to have trust in automation. So that was all about how artificial intelligence management systems aims can help the organization to make sure they are using AI in a responsible way. So Jazakallah khair.